Let me show you what that new car that we got to keep the series going is. We only paid $1,200 for it, and this is it right here. What's up? How you doing? My name is Jamal from Flipping University. In this channel, I help people that might not have too much mechanical experience go from amateur to expert flipping cars so that they can build a life of freedom, doing whatever they want, whenever they want. And as you could see with the last video, we didn't really have the best luck at the auction for the car that we got. And if you've been watching some of the series before, I know you might be like, why do you even go to a Dessa auction anymore? Why do you even go to Manheim and everything? Why not just go with ACV and private sale? That's a good question. I don't really know. No, I'm just playing. I mean, the realistic thing is that it's an auction that's really close by to me. And I mean, if they have good deals that could be possibly going through there, it's kind of like, why not? It's only going to take like an hour or two of my day. So might as well just take the effort and go out there anyway. But we're going to be testing things out again today. We have $1,700 to work with for the money that's left over for the series. But no more holding things up. Let's get right to it. All right, so we're here at the auction. I will say we're gonna have to run through things pretty quickly. I got here a little bit later than I wanted to. It ended up being some huge traffic buildup on the way here. But the good thing is that there's not really too many cars I'm checking out. There's only really like 11 or 12 cars that could probably be under the price range that we're working with. So it shouldn't have to be where this is some really long video. But we'll see what we can come up with. You know, you never know. It could still end up being some great deals that we can get. If we don't get a good deal here, you know, we'll just be going through like ACV auctions or something, which is the online auction I also go to. I will say through the video, not only am I going to be showing the check engine lights that comes up with the cars, I'm also going to be showing the I am readiness codes, which for the people that are new to the channel is basically just showing that the people could have cleared the codes for the car. Usually if you have an OBD scanner, there's a part in the OBD scanner for most ones that shows the I am readiness status, and if it's incomplete, it basically shows the codes were cleared recently, and usually I pass on those cars. But let's get to it. Right, the first car was supposed to be right here. It's supposed to be E52. I'll show up on screen what it was supposed to be, but it looks like either someone didn't put the car back or whatever, but we'll just keep it pushing. This is the next one. It's a 2007 Ford Focus. It only has 86,000 miles on it. Looks like overall it's in good condition. I mean, it really should be with only 80,000 miles on it. Let's see if it starts up. And yes, it does. So as you can see, there's no codes that's actually coming up on the system, not even any I am readiness status like incomplete monitors or anything like that. So we're gonna continue with everything. Everything's actually working as it should too, like the windows are working and everything. I'm gonna pop the hood now and see what's up with that. Now we're just gonna do our regular check. First we're gonna check under the engine cap, see what that's looking like, and it's looking good. Again, this video I'm gonna show up on screen what it looks like if it's not looking good and it's possibly like a blown head gasket or something, but this one's looking good so far. Also gonna check the engine dipstick. Basically just checking to see the same thing with that. And then we're just gonna check around to make sure that there's no leaks coming from around the engine. And it looks like we're good. As well as underneath the car as well. And if you can, it usually is good to check the coolant level as well. First of all, to see if there's any coolant in there. And sometimes that same thing, if there's like a lot of froth inside of the coolant reservoir, it could be a pretty bad sign also in terms of engine problems. But everything is looking good. The engine's running smooth. Looks like a really good condition car. Honestly, it seems like I could literally just buy it and sell it as it is. We're also gonna check to make sure there's not too much rust underneath the car, and that's also looking good. And now we're gonna do a quick look around to make sure there's nobody out here checking to see if we're driving the cars around, because for whatever reason this auction you're not allowed to drive the car around. You're technically supposed to just bring the car forward a little bit, put it into drive, and then put it back into reverse. But again, I need to see at least if the first couple of gears shift, if nothing else. All right, so everything was looking good with that car. It's actually impressive. That was the first car that we went to check out and everything was looking good with it. It looks like the top price that I'll be willing to go for will basically be all the rest of the flip money, which is about $1,700 that we got. So if it could be under $1,700 all in, like that's with auction buy fees and everything, then we should be good, but we'll see. Okay, there's the next one we're checking out. There's a 2007 Dodge Nitro. It has 150,000 miles. Let's see what the condition of the car is like. looking very good. Basically looks spotless. Of course it could use, you know, a detail and all, but not bad. Let's see if it starts up. Nope, it doesn't start. On to the next one. And if you're new to the channel, the reason why I don't go for the cars that don't start up is not because it's not like I can't just jump the car, like I could just bring a jumper pack and then start it up myself. But if that happens, then all the codes are cleared. And I'll be honest, a lot of you dealers be sketchy, like you be clearing codes and stuff like that already as it is. So I'd rather know the exact situation. But on to the next one. And I did see that it wasn't E52 we were supposed to check out, it's supposed to be C52. So we're gonna run over there now and check it out before cars start going through the run lanes. And one other quick note too, the reason why really it's as low of cars that I'm about to check out as it is also because I'm going for cars that are announced only as title here. Usually when you're at the auction, there's cars that are title here, and when you buy the car, you know, you get the title right away. And then there's title absent cars where there's like a grace period of around 30 days or so that the person that sold the car to you can bring the title in for. And really, I'd rather not get cars that are marked title absent because it could really slow down the series, obviously. So that's the reason why it's a bit of a smaller percentage of cars that we're checking out. And here it actually is, C52. This is a 2007 Mercury Mountaineer. Let's see what the condition is like. Still trying to move a little quicker with things. Overall, looking good. The inspection is good until later this year too, which is nice. And nice, it's all some leather interior, so that should make detailing it a little better. It is dirty, but you know how it is being a car flipper. There's always going to be something to clean. And it did start up. We're going to check to see if there's any codes erased or anything like that. All right, so far so good. It looks like there is 2 codes that came up, but it's nothing too crazy. One of them is for a misfire code, and then it's like a temperature sensor, which is also a pretty quick fix. And everything is working all right inside. The good news was that there was no cleared codes or anything like that either, so far it's not looking too bad. We're gonna pop the hood and see what's good. Okay, this is gonna be a little tough because the hood isn't staying open, but I'm just gonna do the quick checks, doing the engine cap check and then checking the dipstick, checking to see if there's any leaks. I can't do it all while I'm on camera, so I'll just give you an update after. All right, so far so good. Now we're gonna just check to see if there's anybody around. Hopefully we don't end up getting ourselves kicked out of the auction just for driving around, but we should be good. You know, low-key, I feel like I'm playing some video game, like looking for security guards, paroling, and trying to see the right window of when to go and when not to. I might end up having to just come back just to test this out and see if it shifts through a couple of gears, but I'll get back to it after I check the other cars out. This is the next one. It's a 2004 Pontiac Grand Prix. It's not in bad condition. I mean, it's a black car, so you can see all the little imperfections in it. Got a little writing on the window here too. Affordable sporty car. Driven here 50 miles. But not bad though. Looks like it's overall in good condition. Since the person's trying to sell it this hard, I bet he's gonna be trying to look for some really high price on it, but let me just check the car out first and see how it goes. See, I like the look of the inside. I like when certain cars have that feeling where everything is kind of just tilted towards the driver. It kind of gives that cockpit feeling. But anyways, there's no codes that came up. Gonna check to see if there's any codes that were erased. All right, so everything's looking good with this one so far too. Honestly, this has been a pretty decent day so far. Not too many cars we have to check out, but there's not too many people like clearing codes and stuff like that. Maybe they're seeing some of my videos and they're, you know, not proud that they're getting called out like that. But I'm gonna do the regular check with this one too. Gonna pop the hood, see what it's like underneath there as well. Great, and it looks like we got another car that I have to be holding up the hood with. But again, I'm gonna be doing the regular check. Just gonna check under the engine cap, see if that's all good. Check under the dipsticks, check to see if there's any oil leaks, all that good stuff. It was looking all good under there. Now we're just gonna do the same thing, just gonna check to see if there's any leaf coming down underneath. All good. And then also check to see if there's any rust under the car. That's like penetrating rust, which also could be really expensive to fix. So now we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna try to test drive it. There's not as many people checking around this lane. Got some guys over there, but we should be good to go, just to do a quick little pull. You know, I'll be honest, at this point, I'm starting to not really care. Like, if they kick me out, they kick me out. I gotta go checking out these cars. I gotta check to make sure that they're actually shifting through the gears. I don't even honestly understand why they have it like that, where you can't check to see if it goes through a couple of gears first. And I will say, honestly, not every auction is like that. There's another Manheim that I go to that's like a state away from here. I don't go there often just because it's kind of far away, but they do at least let you go through gears. They let you drive the car around. So not every auction is like that, where you can only back it up and go straight forward. But yeah, it is what it is. I'm just gonna test out every car. If they say something, oh well. All right, so I just checked it out. It actually shifted through the gears all good from what I've seen. Again, I can't go through every gear. I can't be in 5th gear flying down the auction roads, but from what I've seen, the first couple of gears have been going well. So we'll be bidding on this one as well. And I'm gonna be putting up on screen when I actually go through the bidding lanes what my top number is gonna be for each car, just because I gotta go through things a little quicker now. The auction's already technically started up, so I gotta speed up a little bit. All right, and here's the next one. There's a 2008 Jeep Compass, has 173,000 miles on it. Also looking pretty good, has a little bit of rust bubbles on the side, but not bad. Ooh, and there's some decent rust right there. Let's just start it up and see how it is from there. And I'm probably gonna pass on it. Not only is that big rust spot on the side kind of a problem, but when I rev it up, I'm gonna try to let you guys hear it in a second, but when I rev it up, it makes this like whining noise, and usually, like, this is a CVT transmission. Usually if there's some type of noise like that, it could be the transmission itself that's messing up. So I'm not even gonna take the chance. And let me see if you guys can hear this. If you can hear that, yeah, you can see it's not sounding good. But on to the next car. Okay, now this is the next one. There's a 2006 Ford Explorer. Has 173,000 miles on it. Looks like they got some modifications on it too, to make it more of a trail type of SUV. Got some different rims on there also. I gotta say, it would be cool sometime actually getting a car like this and then jumping on a trail myself. Gotta try it out someday. But overall, looks like it's in good condition. Seats look a little worn down. Well, let's see if it starts up. And nope, doesn't start. And the next one is right next to it. Is D122. It's a 2006 Volvo XC90. First of all, as you could see already, looks like the headliner is kind of peeling off right there. But nothing we can't really fix up ourselves. Not bad so far. And the seats are pretty cracked up. If anything, we're probably gonna have to put some seat covers on top, but let's just start it up and see how it goes. And it doesn't even start either, so that's a dub. And there's the next one is a 2001 Toyota Highlander. Has 200,000 miles on it. Again, for a Toyota, that's not really too bad. And usually these Highlanders can be really expensive, but for this year and with that much mileage, it could still fall under our price range. Some clear coat peeling on the top, but you know, we could fix that up ourselves. And the rest of the car looks like it's in good condition as well. Let's see if she starts. Oh, and it stinks inside, sheesh. And it doesn't start, so nope, gonna pass. And there's the next one here. There's a 2005 Honda Odyssey. This has 230,000 miles. Again, for a Honda, I'm not too worried about it. This could probably last up to like 400,000 miles and still be good. As you can see, there is some clear coat peeling on the front, so we'd have to fix that up. Let's take a quick walk around, see what the rest of the condition is like. Got a little paint issue on the side there too. There's mainly paint issues. Overall, not too bad though. And the leather is pretty ripped up as well. But let me just start it up and see how it is. Or I should say, let me try to start it up. It's not starting either, so gonna pass. All right, so real quick, I just tested out the Mercury Mountaineer as well, and it was all good too. There were people that were watching me driving around, but again, it is what it is. Like, I can't stop driving and checking out the cars just for that little rule. I still gotta check out the cars if I'm gonna be bidding on it. But yeah, that'll be another car we'll be bidding on. Okay, now this is the next one. It was B174. It's a 2003 Mercury Mountaineer. This one has 163,000 miles. The inspection is done already and it didn't get inspected again. A little suspect, but let's go on with things. Overall, it does look like it's in pretty good condition though. But let's check to see if it starts up. It smells like trash in here also. Okay, it does start at least. Let's see if there's any codes in the system. As you can see there, it does look like there's an ABS code. So this is the first car that it actually does have cleared codes. Again, I'm gonna show you the screenshot of what it looks like if the codes are cleared, but that's what I'm talking about. The iron readiness status is not complete. Not to say that they definitely did clear the codes. Like, it's possible that the car battery just died. But again, I just don't like to take the chance. So, especially not at an auction, where dealers honestly can be very shady. So, gonna go on to the next one. All right, now this is the last car we're gonna be checking out. This is a 2008 Chrysler Sebring. It has 155,000 miles on it. So far, looks like it's in pretty good condition. I'm actually glad it's not a convertible. The convertible tops always fail on these things, but it doesn't look half bad. but you already know what it is. I'm gonna see if it starts up. All right, good, it does. And does it have any engine lights? Yes, there's an engine light coming up. Let's see what it's on for. And this one's gonna be a no-go. Looks like there's a catalytic converter code that is coming up, so just gonna pass on it. Every time this code comes up, it's not always a catalytic converter, but it's a high chance that it is, so I'm just not gonna take the risk. I will say real quick, for the people that are selling these cars, I just want to give a quick shout out to them again for being not the person that is going to be clearing the codes when you have a code like that comes up. So I'm actually going to even put up on screen what the name of the dealership is for the other dealers that's out there that's also going to be going to the auctions as well, because they at least seem like a respectable, trustworthy dealership. And that's about it. That's all the cars we're going to check out. Looks like we have about 3 cars we're going to be checking out and bidding on. It's the Mercury Mountaineer, it'll be the Ford Focus, and the Pontiac Grand Prix. So we're just going to fast forward to see what it's like when we start going through the run lanes and see if we can come up with one of these cars.
We got a Ford Focus, 2 miles, passengers, power, 21 bucks, good miles, take it out, 2100, 3, 4, down 4, 5,
All right, now I have bad news and I have good news. Let's start with the bad news first. As you could see, we went to the auction. We didn't end up coming up with anything there. What do you know, right? ADESA never fails. Still got to try it out though, right? Again, it's not like I'm putting in that much time just to go. But the good news is that we still did end up getting a car. Let me show you what that new car that we got to keep the series going is. We only paid $1,200 for it, and this is it right here. It's a Volkswagen Passat. It only has about 150,000 miles on it. And the best thing about it is that it's literally only about a town away from me, so I don't have to pay for transportation or anything like that. Again, by the way, this is the reason why I like this auction more than anything else. This is ACV Auctions. This is an auction that, I mean, to be honest, there won't be much content about it just because all you have to do is just be on your phone and you could be bidding and stuff online, and they're very thorough about what the cars are that's going through the run lanes and everything. I put together a whole video explaining why I like it and, you know, a tutorial about how to go through it as well. You can check that out if you want. And on that point too, if you were thinking about like, all right, how am I even getting into these dealer auctions? And I don't even have my own dealership. I'm literally just doing everything from the street. I have a free training explaining exactly that. This is how you can do this as well if you want to get into flipping cars and kind of scaling things up yourself. If you want to get access to that, you can just go to the link in the description below, put in your email, and you'll get it sent right to you completely for free. But in the next part of the series, I mean, we really don't have much to do with this car. We're mainly just going to be detailing it, and hopefully we could also get the Camry sold as well by the time that next video comes out. But make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell to be alerted when the next video comes out, either whether it be about the series or just some tips to be able to help you guys out as flippers. But alright guys, till next time, peace.